I just got in these 2 solar panels in trade for some trees and shrubs. These are hot water solar panels that can be mounted on a roof. I will trade them for other things that I could use on the farm, such as tools and equipment, or I'm also looking to collect Browning 12-gauge shotguns, and I'd like to get a .280 Remington. So there are things that I would trade these 2 solar panels for, or if you have more solar panels and want to trade them for trees and shrubs, I'd be interested. Just give me a call at 215-651-8329. Thank you. At Highland Holt Farm, we're installing a deer fence around one of our farms. This is our Lazalier farm on Ferry Road and Gordon Road. We're fencing in approximately 1 mile of deer fence. The deer fence will be 8 foot tall with woven wire. We've had a lot of problems with deer on this farm, so we're finally biting the bullet and just putting in a fence to keep the deer out. We're going to fence for the beginning part of this year 3 sides where the deer mostly enter the property. It won't be a complete fence around the property because we won't have time to get it all done by the time the deer start to rut. The deer rutting is when they rub our trees is the worst damage that these deer do to us. They do some browse damage, but the rutting and rubbing of the trees is most problematic for us. In this video we're using an MT52 and we also use our MT55 to drill the post holes. We've marked out where the posts should go and we're slowly drilling down in. It takes a while to drill some of these because they hit some rocks. He's going to bust through the rocks here, and we'll be putting the posts in as we go. We're using cedar posts, locust posts, and pressure treated posts. The posts we're putting in are about 12 foot tall. We're putting them in the ground approximately 3 foot, 2.5 to 3 foot, depending on where the hard pan is. This property we grow a lot of arborvitaes, and we also grow some hardwoods on them, as well as some viburnums. We've, over the years, shot many deer on this farm, but it's almost impossible for us to shoot the deer because they're nocturnal and they come out at night and do their damage then. And as you can see now, the auger is starting to get through the roots and the rocks and starting to actually go in the hole. Now what we'll do is we'll stop the auger and just pull it out, slowly lifting it out of the ground, and that way we can bring all the dirt out of the hole at the same time. And we'll probably dig in the neighborhood of 20 holes a day and put posts in 20 holes a day. We have to clear out as we're going because there's a lot of places here where there's a lot of heavy brush, and we're going through some old hedgerows. We've found the property markers, and we are putting the fence back a couple feet from the property lines, and in some places a little further. And here it's lifting it out right now. It slowly comes out and all the dirt comes with it to make a nice clean hole. He'll back it off a little bit, then dump it off. As you can see, the hole goes down pretty well. It's a nice round hole, and the posts will fit in there nicely. This is the same loader that we use when we deliver and plant our trees. It's a very handy little loader. It's a walk-behind MT52 made by Bobcat. We bought this at Delaware Valley Bobcat in Warminster. We have 3 of them on the farm. And in the background you can see another loader. That's a Bobcat. That's a full-size Bobcat. That's like an 873 or something like that. We've marked where on the ground the posts will go, so that's already completely marked. And you can just barely see the guide wire there, marking the property line where we're putting the posts on. This soil here is a real nice digging soil. It's a clay soil. We like clay soils for our balls because they hold them together well instead of like a sand ball, which can fall apart quickly. The clay balls actually transplant better, we think, than a sand ball. They're a little bit heavier and they can hold a lot of water. Most of the trees that we dig and plant are for screening and buffering. This hole went in a lot easier. There wasn't as many rocks. The operator has an assistant. The assistant's pulling the dirt away so it doesn't mound up around the hole as they dig. And again, he lifts it right out and he'll be ready to go to the next hole. When we use this machine on your property, one of the advantages of this machine, it has so much surface area for the tracks that there's very little ground pressure. So as you can see, we haven't torn up the ground with this machine. We've torn the ground up previously with a big loader getting in there to clear the brush out. But this little MT52, when it goes on your lawn, when we plant trees, will not do very much damage to your lawn. And as you can see up the road there, we have quite a ways to go. And we're actually improving the property a lot here because we'll have actually more usability. Getting rid of all the brush that was in here and along here has been problematic because of other reasons as well, besides the usability of the property. All this heavy brush acts as a haven for mice, rabbits, and groundhogs, which are also damaging our nursery stock. So whereas the fence won't keep them out, it's eliminating their habitat to a small degree. And that's just as important. It's interesting to watch them dig and see how these things go. But at any rate, if you would like to see more of our farm, you're always welcome to come visit. We do have hunting opportunities for hunters, as well as we do allow bird watchers to come out and to see the birds. You just have to sign into our office. We have many different farms in the Bucks County area where you can go and hunt or bird watch if you want. We also have one farm on 313, we call it our Stone Barn Nursery, where if you bring your metal detector, there is actually lead. It's in an area called near Lake Galena, which Galena means lead, and it was in this area there was mining years and years ago for lead for like the American Revolution. And you can, with your metal detector, you can find small bits of lead, galena, around the farm. Not a lot, but there is some. And so there you have it. Thank you for watching this video, and now on to dove and turkey hunting at our farm. Thank you. This is a view of some of the many trees we stock at Highland Hill Farm. We can ship to you on our trucks by tractor trailer, or at certain times of the year many of these plants can be sent by UPS. So give us a call at 215-651-8329 for trees and shrubs.